That is the Mohen Fortress here in Salzburg. It's one of the many filming locations of The Sound of Music. From the top, you can get breathtaking views of the city of Salzburg and the Alps. We're going to go there later today. Hello everyone, good morning, welcome back to Salzburg. Salzburg is the hometown of Mozart. So today we're going to do a tour of the city. We're going to learn about the history of some of the most popular places here in Salzburg. Starting with the Salzburg Cathedral. Just crossing the Lovelock Bridge to the starting point of our tour this morning. It's another cold morning, 2 degrees. That is a beautiful view, so we are going to the fortress later today. It's way up there. The starting point is right here. This is called the Spirit of Mozart. So the tour begins. Of course, Salzburg gets its name from salt, so that's how the city got so rich. And there's 50 churches in Salzburg, and there's 20 just in the old town. I knew it. You can just see through the buses there. That is the Mozart residence. And I went in there the other day and it looks just like a museum, but he did live there. He lived there for the first 17 years of his life. And I just asked Leo, the tour guide, did he grow up rich? Because that's a pretty big house. And he said his parents were wealthy. His dad had a really good job, so that's why he could live in a place like that.
Mistress? Nope. You're still a Catholic priest. He did not care.
So this is Mirabell Gardens, beautiful gardens. And an archbishop used to live here, the most powerful man in Austria, but he had a mistress. And he asked the Austrian people for permission to marry her, and they said no. So they threw him in jail in the fortress right up there. So they gave him a cell that overlooks the gardens. So of course, he built the palace for his mistress, who had 15 kids, by the way. Amazing. And they changed the name to Mirabell Gardens because, of course, Mira like sea, and then Bell means beautiful. So like see beautiful. And it was just ironic because he could literally see his palace from his jail cell. Also, a lot of the scenes from The Sound of Music were filmed in the Mirabell Gardens. So this is the most famous street in Austria, and you can see that it has signs up here. So here's scissors, here's an umbrella, because people couldn't read, so they had to show a sign of what the shop sold. So that's also why British pubs are named after stuff like Rose and Crown or the King's Head, is because before people were illiterate, they couldn't read, so they had to show them pictures so they knew what it was. She has a very slim waist. Mozart lived up there on the 4th floor. Now it's a supermarket, it's crazy. But he had a sister, and his sister was very, very talented, and they toured around Europe together. But when she was old enough to get married, the father wouldn't allow her to perform anymore because it gave her a bad reputation. So apparently, because she was a very talented writer, so apparently she would continue to write, and then Mozart would take credit for it because she wrote some very good stuff, and it was going to waste, so he took credit. So this is the university. Over there is the university building, built in 1709. And it was the last thing built in the old town because they ran out of space. So now they build things underground. So underground here, 5 stories down, is the university library. And here are some pickles. Just pickles. Just pickles. Pickles. The sculptor said that each pickle represents a different person. So it's supposed to be 5 people, everybody's different sizes, shapes, heights, everything. So he made 5 different pickles. So we're inside the mountain. This was a bomb shelter, and these are the original doors. Look how thick that is. Wow. So the Americans bombed Salzburg in 1940, and people came down here to shelter.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
So up there is St. Peter. He's responsible for building the city of Salzburg. And over here is a restaurant. They think it's definitely the oldest restaurant in Europe. They think it's the oldest in the world, 803. And in the fountain there, they used to have fish. So you choose a fish from the fountain, they cook it in the restaurant, and then you eat it immediately. That is the Virgin Mary, and the closer you get, the crown is going to go on her head. See the crown right there? It gets right on her head. So the gold bull represents the Mozart chocolates. But Leo the tour guide told us don't eat the golden ones, eat the silver ones. They're so much better.
And because death comes for everybody. And there we go. That's the name. If you want me to,
This is a symbol of the book burning that the Nazis did. They had over 20. They had a lot in Germany, but there was only one in Austria. So they burned everything that didn't support the Nazi movement. Also over in the fountain, there are 4 horses. So 2 are facing up, looking at the churches, and then 2 are bowing down because these 2 are residents of the Archbishop. The tour has finished at the Mozart statue. What do you notice about him? He is holding a pen. Pens were not invented while he was alive. So that's incorrect. Number 2 is the statue is much taller than he was. He was between around 5'2", I think. And also, he has like a robe or something draped over him, and it makes him look tougher. So that also doesn't fit the timing, but that is Mozart. So I'll put a link in the description of the exact tour that I did with Leo, great tour guide. So I did a free tour, free walking tour, but of course you tip whatever you want, so that's up to you. But the weather turns out nice. I really want some Austrians to watch this video and tell me about the weather, because is it normal for the weather to change so much? Because since I've been here, the weather literally every single 10 minutes the weather will change. Like it will be cold, then it'll be hot, then it'll be snowing, then it'll be hail, then it'll be rain. Like, is this normal? Just passing by the cathedral again. I watched this yesterday. Really cool, the concert inside. They have it a few times a day. Highly recommend it. Going by the big chocolate again. We are going up there. It's time to go to the fortress. So I'll explain a little bit more when we get up there, but you can buy a ticket for the fortress, then you can buy a ticket to go up. I think there's a monorail or a cable car. You can buy a ticket to go up or down, but I decided to walk up, and then I got a ticket for the monorail down. So let's try and walk up. So you can just see the cart going up there, but I decided to walk up, take it down. Here you can see the Mozart chocolates. They're very expensive, but you can see the gold or the silver ones. Tour guide Leo said only get the silver ones, gold no good. So this is the ticket office for the, we're gonna call it a cable car. You can see the prices here. So I think that's to go up and down, I'm not too sure, but we're walking up. It's not that expensive. I think you can add like €4 or something for a return ticket on the cable car, but the weather's good. I have plenty of time, so let's just walk. I really enjoyed that tour. It helped so much to have a good tour guide, like he was answering questions and stuff like that. It was really cool. A lot of Americans in that group, and someone wrote a comment on one of our recent videos, why do I keep talking about Americans? It's not my fault. Americans just act like Americans. This view of the cathedral here. Apparently the view from the top is amazing. Someone in the tour group said that they walked up yesterday and it's like 10-15 minutes. But she said she does not recommend it, but it's alright, we're going to take it slow. Who lives here? I don't know. It's getting steep. I said it in a recent video that everybody in Austria speaks English, but none of the signs are in English. First view. Let's go higher. Wow, nice view from here. The fortress looks huge. From down there it doesn't look that big, but it looks massive. We're gonna go up this one now. Let's go. Wow. Do you think they had free Wi-Fi 400 years ago when they built it? So there's a ticket office right there. So I got my ticket on Get Your Guide, so I'll put the link in the description. But it's so much cheaper if you get it online than if you get it at the ticket office. But I had to show them my QR code, and then he gave me a real ticket. Wait, there it is. So I only walked for 5 minutes to get to that spot. We have a little bit of ways to go, but it's not that far. I was walking very slowly as well. So I'm pretty much in the fortress now. I don't really know where to go because I tried to scan this but nothing happened. But it gives me like stuff that I can see. But I guess I just walk. I was like, that can't be bowling, but it is. They have bowling and table football. This is not foosball, this is table football. Medieval table football. Panorama tour. I think I can do this. So salt's very cheap now, but back then they needed it so much more. So it's as valuable as gold. So horses used to take salt to Italy and bring wine back. That's a good swap. The dungeon. So people were thrown in this prison for their religious beliefs, and there was even an archbishop that spent the final years of his life as a prisoner in his fortress. That's the prison. That's the archbishop that I talked about earlier, where the Mirabelle Gardens. Great view from up there, Old Town. Over here we can see the Alps. Amazing views. Clear day today, very clear. Wow. I love stuff like this so much. So Leo, the tour guide, said it was a miracle that the fortress was not destroyed in World War II. But can you imagine like the guards and the soldiers like walking down here? Like they literally walked right here. It's mind-blowing to me. Like it's stuff happened so long ago, like you can't believe it actually happened, but it did. Like soldiers were walking through here. Crazy. By the way, all of the information here is German, English, Spanish, and Chinese. That was the panorama tour. Low stairs here. So I'm in the souvenir store. I was like, this looks so delicious. But it's soap. I love looking at stuff like this. Armor and stuff, you see how it develops. Like they thought it was important to protect the nose, I guess. I like this one. So cool. It's cool to see the development. You have any idea how heavy that must have been? Walking around like that. Carrying a weapon as well. I think I'm going to get one of the Mozart's chocolates. So they only have gold. These are Lindor, so I don't want any of those. But let's get one Mozart chocolate. Alright, here we go. Got my Mozart chocolate. There he is. I have no idea what's inside. I have no idea. I know it's chocolate, but I don't know what's inside. There it is. Let me bite. It's like I don't know. It's nice, it's alright. It's like nougat, I think. It's alright. Just chocolate. Wow, look at this view. You can just see the chocolate ball down there. That's the cathedral. That is Salzburg, Austria. I feel like I haven't even talked about the Sound of Music. It's because I haven't seen it. I haven't watched that movie. I know there's a lot of photo spots where the movie was filmed, but I can't tell you because I haven't seen it. So if you've seen any at the fortress or around the city, then tell me because I've never watched it. But good timing. I bet the guards used to have crazy parties over here. String puppets. They kind of freak me out a little bit. So I've seen everything apart from the staterooms. I'm not too sure where it is. There's some stairs over here, so let's try and go up here. That's cool, look at that. Christmas market up here. I bet that's really cool. I bet it's really cold though. Staterooms. So this was a steward's bedroom in 1540. That is crazy. 500 years ago, this was some guy's bedroom. Wow. So in this room they were doing some digging and they found a heating system. How cool is that? 15th century heating system. They use limestone. I think that's absolutely amazing. History, you can't beat history. But the thing is, I don't think anyone's going to find anything from like 2024. Because one, we recycle everything. And two, like the equipment we have now, can it get much better? Delicious. It's soap. So that was the fortress. What do you think? I'm going to take the funicular. That's what it's called. It's not a tram. It's not a monorail. Funicular. Let's take it down. There you go. You can't spell funicular without fun, so. I have a restaurant up here. It's closed today, but let's go on the funicular. Just like that, I'm back at the Golden Bull and Salzburg Cathedral. We were just all the way up there. So I paid £11 for entrance to the fortress and a one-way ticket down. I had to walk up. Don't recommend it. I just did it just for the experience, but it's not worth it. So you can pay £15 for a return ticket up and down, plus entrance to the fortress. All access, you can go and see everything, but I got my tickets on getyourguide.com. I'll put the link in the description so you can get your tickets there to save some euros, but yeah, highly recommend it. You can see the funicular coming down now. Don't walk up there, it's not worth it just for the experience. So that is the end of these Salzburg videos. My honest opinion is Salzburg it's okay. It's alright. I don't think it's anything special. I'd rather go back to Vienna, but it's a nice city. I don't think the weather affected my opinion, because even if it was sunny, I still don't think I'd be that excited to be in Salzburg, to be honest. Would I return to Salzburg? Not deliberately. I don't think I would fly all the way here just to come to Salzburg. If I was nearby, yeah, I would stop by for a day or two, but there's no reason to come back to Salzburg, in my opinion. But what do you think? Have you ever been to Salzburg? Would you ever come here? If you have watched all my Salzburg videos, please write in the comments, you should have went to Greece. Because that's how I feel. I'd much rather be laying on a beach than walking around Salzburg, but that's okay. So tomorrow, I'm not going home. I'm going to Germany. So the German border is literally right over there. And Munich is right over there. So we're gonna spend a day in Munich. So that's gonna be the next video. And then I'm going home. So if you'd like to see Munich and beyond, then hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.